You mentioned Nigerian youth.
Yeah, I was
meeting different at different stages of their lives.
Yeah,
getting different mentors.
Yeah,
at that point,
they really need like someone who streamlined their ideas, their focus, help them to achieve them. Many Nigerian youths are at different stages in their lives where they need the right mentors to guide them in making important decisions concerning their studies, careers, businesses, and personal lives.
However, the reality is that a lot of youths today go through life as underachievers without any goal, any idea of what they want out of life, because they lack the right people to help them develop and progress in their workplaces, at work, at schools, and even at social settings.
Youths choosing the wrong people as mentors is often cited as being a major contributing factor to the dearth of moral values and the prevalence of vices like drug abuse, teenage pregnancy, rape, and other violent crimes among youths in Nigeria.
So how can Nigerian youths find the right mentors to guide them towards achieving their goals? That's one question we are asking. And the Youth Assembly today, our focus is why Nigerian youths need the right mentors. And we've been mentioning mentors over and over again without going into the details of who a mentor is. So consultant pharmacist Lovelyn Obi, who is a mentor?
Okay, now let me start. There's a Washington said something. He said that, show me a successful person, I will show you someone that was properly mentored. Okay, now a mentor is a guide. The person is more like a tutor. The person is more like somebody that, some people usually think that mentors, they could be a role model. Yeah. They could be a role model, but not necessarily. But again, yes. Again, you have a mentor as someone that probably channels you to the right path you want to go. The person that must have achieved that peak you're seeking to go. Okay? You have some Nigerian youths, because they don't even understand what it means to have a mentor or where they are going to in life. So they don't even know to, go to get me her. See what is a mentor is someone that has gone ahead of you. Yeah. In life. Okay. Okay. And if has gone ahead of you, okay, it means the person has seen the thing of that. When that person peak, yeah, you realize that the person is in a very good and a stable situation, kind of, to lead you that is younger. So you don't go through the same hitches that he went through. So if it took a person 6 years to get to that peak, with proper mentorship, with you as a youth trying to identify the right person, that actually you have to identify that purpose first. Yeah. Before you even, there are so many mentorship you can go for. Okay. So you as a youth, you have to even identify, is it my spiritual side? Yeah. Or is it in my physical side? Or is it with my academics or career or business? Yeah. Do you understand? You trickle it down first. Then you see someone that is successful there. And then you begin to look for that person. Do you get? Then the person drags you. You don't experience the same hitches he or she has experienced. Not like some people end up cloning themselves on people, like producing a clone of themselves. Yeah. No, you look at the person, get to see the best, because we have different personalities. So you get to see the best in that person and try to channel that person. So a good mentor has that sense of knowing you more, and like trying to tutor you and guide you through that same path in your own way. I don't know if you get what I mean.
When you say so many people will tell a person who is supposed to bring somebody up, like be a mentor, that you have to produce yourself. You have to produce another you. And then you mentioned role model not being the same. Exactly. With mentor. Mentor. What is the difference?
Now, role model. You have some people tell you, maybe Bobrisky is my role model. Okay. What are not both? Okay. You understand? He could be a role model, but not your mentor. A mentor, you have to have a one-on-one.
Okay.
Oh, you must have.
So the role model is someone you just see from a distance.
You just see the person from. You just want to be like the person. For instance, you come to this. Okay. For instance, I work in the ARV unit, HIV unit. Okay. So when I want to give children hope, I first of all ask them, who do you want to be like when you grow up? What do you want to be when you grow up?
Okay.
Do you understand? Then for them to get to take their drugs right, I'll be like, okay, if you want to be like this person, you have to take your drugs.
Okay. Okay. If you want to be like that
role model, you have to take your drugs.
Now,
role model may not necessarily have good characters, may not necessarily have good values, may not necessarily have those things that could build you. But a mentor is more like your teacher, more like holding you in your hands
and showing you
how to get to that position.
Oh, I think we've used it interchangeably so many times.
Honestly, I think I'm just finding a way, with your help to know the difference. Because I've always thought
a mentor, for instance, I want to get to the end of the road. I've driven that path already.
Yeah.
I know I had my wrongs.
Yeah.
I had my rights. You understand? I saw those hitches on the road. I could find so many ways to see myself off it, and somehow God helped you to get to that peak. Okay. When you have a younger person you want to pull along with you, what do? Don't take this route. Okay. Take this route, and this is why you should, and this is why you should not, and you ensure the person does that. Oh, do you understand? So you are kind of obliged to make sure this person doesn't repeat some of those things that stopped you. Okay.
But they say experience is the best teacher.
Beautiful. Now there is this adage that says I think once he said that is it the ego asked the children how many times would something happen to you before you learned it? 3 children, and one said twice, the other one said once, the other one said it doesn't need to happen to me. Okay. I will learn from the first 2 experiences. Do you understand? So you don't need to, the way of it, why did I go before you? I've experienced that, so why would you have to experience it? Okay. Why? So what took me
person just follows what?
Thank you. What took me 6 years with mentorship should be taking you like 6 months or 1 year. Okay. With the right mentorship.
Okay. So why would you say it's important for Nigerian youths to have good mentors?
You know, the setting of Nigeria somehow, but this millennials is very important. Okay. It's very, very important. You know, when I was thinking through, I was coming on the traffic, I said, the thing just dropped. Why millennials? You know, millennials these days, they are very ambitious. Very, very. Those things that took our parents years to achieve, they don't want to take that route. They want to just have it very fast. Okay? But it's achievable.
True.
No, it's very, very achievable, and it's good. But it's not good when you have the wrong values or the wrong intentions. Do you understand? Now, do you know now what happens with the youths, being ambitious? Now it gets, like countries like US, you have different mentorship sections. Okay. So from 18,
about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. From 18 years, you can see an independent youth, like telling you, look at what I want. Look at my goals, my dreams, and they're working towards it very fast because their trainings are like that. But in Nigeria, the system kind of embraces you to be comfortable in your parents' house. They don't push you out. You don't, like at 22, you're still your father's child. At 18, you've left your house.
Some people are 35.
Yes,
seriously. Seriously. So that mentorship, that's the more reason this generation needs mentorship. Because for them to get it faster, they need mentors. Do you understand? So they don't need to settle less, but they have to be teachable. But these millennials, some of them are not teachable.
Yesterday, somebody was actually telling me about a young girl who is just 16 years, looking for work in a school setting, in a school, as a receptionist, that she's
You should be encouraged. Okay, if you can do an online school, while you're working, Why would she wait for her parents? A lot of parents are irresponsible. Oh yes.
It's just the economy.
That's what we keep saying. No, that's what we keep saying. Economy, economy. And it's been that. But you know what? The times and the seasons have changed. I could remember like 3 years ago, I think pharmacy department in UNN.
Okay.
One guy, that time Ponzi scheme came out. He designed one.
A Ponzi scheme?
Yes.
A student?
Second year, designed a Ponzi scheme. And he paid him like millions that EFCC had to come for him.
Wow.
You use your brain.
Wait, I'm curious. Did it crash?
I think it came from him, so I don't even know. But almost all the Ponzi's crashed.
So many came up.
So many came up like 3 years ago. Yes. That's what I'm trying to say. So I don't believe in limiting people's creativity. That's just what we don't have here. We don't have that setting where youths are encouraged to unlock their creativity because of formal education. Even the formal education, you realize that some people don't practice with their certificates. They just do that certificate, drop it for their parents and go run for their passion.
Wow. Okay. It's still
click Naija Youth Assembly, and yes, we are talking why Nigerian youths need the right mentors right here with our guest Lovelyn Obi. She is a consultant pharmacist, and so far she has spoken so well about needs using the right or good mentorship to channel them on the right path. So choosing the right mentor is very important for youths working towards achieving the goals, like you mentioned. What qualities should youths look out for in choosing the mentors?
Yes. At least one, you have to choose someone you could feel free to talk to. You understand? You don't have to, at least, if I have this thing in my mind that when I come to you, please can you tutor me on this, and I feel free about it. I feel you won't judge me, you won't like shout down on me.
Yes.
You understand? First of all, get to someone you're comfortable with. One. Then two, get to someone that's, that part you want to tell, that has gotten to it. You think that has a proven right record.
Okay.
You understand? Then get to someone that, that can tutor you. Some people may know something, but they don't know how to pass it down.
That's true. It's true.
That's true.
That's just the truth. They don't know how to pass it down. For instance, when I tell people some things, some of the small youths I'm entering, I tell them, look, you learn by doing. You get? So sometimes I don't allow you to drink the milk first. Start eating meat.
Okay.
Yes. Because a lot of people love comfort zone.
When you say start eating meat, what do you mean?
You know what I mean? A baby.
Yes.
You want to carry a baby,
yes.
Give the baby milk. My own is do. If you see me doing, start doing your own. Once I'm doing it, you can do it.
Okay.
Just start doing it. What are you doing? You're developing their mind, their positive perspective towards life. And which is what a lot of people lack. They're scared. They think, God has put so much inside of us, like capacity, that we can carry so much. But you realize that 20% of these potentials are not harnessed before people get to the grave. Why? Because they are scared to leap. They are scared to move. Comfort zone. What if I try and fail? Yeah. Hey, try and fail now. It's part of the learning.
Yes.
So you need someone that will tell you it's part of the learning process.
Okay.
Do you understand? It's part of the learning process. So that's the kind of you don't need a mentor that will baby you. That person is not even bringing out the best in you. You have this mentor. There was this thing I watched that told like this American football. Asked this guy, okay, you have to give me 50 jumps, carrying someone on your back. Guess what? He said, no, I can't. No, I can't. He said, you can. Now let's go. Tied his eyes. And now said, oh yeah, come on, go. Take your right, take your left, take your right, take your left again, move on. All right, guess what? He took 200 steps without knowing.
Whoa!
Because his eyes was tied. Why?
Wow.
Because when his eyes were tied, you know what that means? He's no more seeing the obstacles. He's just hearing the voice of the coach.
He removed fear.
So the fear left.
Yeah.
He could do those things he thought he could never because of the limitation of his mind. That is who you look out for as a mentor.
Hey, you have said so much right now. I feel like flying. I feel like I can fly. Okay, so now these mentors.
Sorry, so invariably, a mentor should believe in you.
Okay.
When you don't even believe in yourself.
True. There was a time where I was telling myself I needed a mentor. It was a phase in my life, just like we mentioned that different phases, you might need different mentors. Right?
What I said initially.
Yes.
Different
So at that stage, I needed a mentor to help me, like
emotionally.
Yes, I was like thinking, a mentor. Can a mentor bring you out of deep mess?
Sure.
So I think that was what I was needing at that time.
You needed someone to talk to?
Yes, in fact, it became like my prayer, like I'm looking out for somebody who I can actually, and I got one because I was searching for in that aspect, not a mentor career-wise, you know, and I did. And so it actually works when you're searching for a mentor.
It really does work.
So where did you find this mentor? Because that's what I wanted to ask.
I was looking out for somebody, and this person came from a group I belong. And somebody elderly, somebody older than I am, somebody who has experienced what I've experienced. Those are the things I was looking out for. Okay. And so it helped me get one.
Okay, let me share my personal experience. While growing up as a girl, and you know, I had this flair. So most times I just like for relationships, like having it right. But most times I just look at the women that have made it. Like maybe 25 years in marriage, 30 years in marriage. I just go close to them. When they are gisting, I'll just be listening.
Okay.
Sincerely speaking.
And most times they say things that you don't want to hear.
Yeah, but the truth was I was getting my mind like, okay, so this is how it is.
So that way you were learning from them without them even realizing you were learning from them.
They didn't know.
Oh.
They didn't know.
So you can get mentorship that way too?
Well, will I call that mentorship? Because it got to a point, I now had, you know, when you're scouting for a mentor, there is something you're looking out for. You understand? You know, we have different values, we have different upbringing. So if I can't flow with you, well, how will you mentor me?
Yeah.
But you can make sense. And I capture the sense.
Okay, so sometimes it's about picking one or two things from people who have experienced.
Then you at that search, and you know the desires of your heart. But it's saying that you actually want someone that will pull you through something. He will actually send the person. But you know the truth, we are so sentimental. So we shut down at those things. It could be someone that you least expected. Oh yes. It could even be a family member.
So some people have their mothers as mentors.
My mom was one.
Father mentors.
Do you understand? She was one. Because they had to bring so many people in my house for her to mentor. She was a teacher.
Okay.
Do you understand? So she would make sure you got that thing right. Do you get what I mean? Yeah. Now you have people maybe with the same flair of what you want, but they don't have the right values that could keep you. You may not call that person a mentor because it's values that keeps you. Whatever you've acquired, it takes values for it to last. It takes character for it to last. And you need a mentor to build in that inside of you. You can acquire, probably you're talking and I get to know what you said. And okay. You know, that thing can take me somewhere, but it can't keep me there. Doesn't make sense. But it can't keep me there. But guess what? If you have the mentor with the right value, that has a way of hitting that value inside of you. Hey, you have to be disciplined. Hey, yes, you have this, but no, if you're not disciplined, you're not gonna get it, or you're not gonna sustain what you've gotten. You get. So it's not about getting it, it's about sustaining that which you've gotten.
And where those values, where do they come from?
Now, when you talk about values, you have it's all about like your good value systems. Probably, okay, let me give you an example. Don't dress, maybe the way you dress speaks more about you. 80% of the way you dress speaks more about you. Whether you have content or you don't have content, nobody cares about that. Do you get? And you now, with all your content, you just walk out from your house and you just dress haggardly and have the new look on your hair, like crazy hairdo, Yes, it's trending. You come into an office, so I want to see you. What will you say? Where are you coming from? Now you have someone that will tell you, hey, I know that's the way you love to dress.
Yeah.
A good mentor. Hey, I know,
Yes.
but we can actually make these things nice.
Yeah.
Now, when I talked about cloning yourself, you don't get to, okay, no, go and remove this one, go and do this one. Do you get? Because probably you hate this. Now, work with a person with that kind of personality. Do you know that this thing, we can actually trim it and it looks nice and cute with a trending style? Do you know that this thing you're wearing, it's good, but it's not, it doesn't fit where you're getting to. So you can actually wear this for this and wear this for this. By so doing, I'm not telling you wear my own style, get on my own style of dressing. I don't know if you get what I mean. So I think that's exactly what it should be. A mentor should be able to look at you and mold you as you, not mold you as me.
Yeah.
Yes, mold you as, because we're not given the same, we don't have the same destiny. Even if I'm looking up to you to teach me how it worked for you, we don't have the same destiny. It might look alike, but it's not the same.
Apart from the family, where else can youths find good mentors?
You could find it in your religious setting, in your business setting, in your academic setting, in that field where you are actually. Let's take, for instance, you're in school. That's why you have academic advisors in your school. That's actually a role of the mentor. Okay. Now, when you talk about emotional, you could have those running some of these emotional intelligence classes. Doing so well on that. You could pick somebody there to mentor because the person has a professional knowledge of what you're seeking for. Professional knowledge is very important. It's very important. In a relationship, for instance, okay, go through the same thing. You understand? Okay, somebody that with that kind of experience, with that kind of partner, could tell you these are the facets to this. Now with you now, look at what may work for you. Because it's not ideal, like I always say. Do you understand? Life is not like, okay, look at the hard and the fast rule about this.
Yeah.
There will always be
Different ways
to get it. Do you get what I mean? There would always be different ways. So if you say it's this way and it doesn't work for you this way, it may work for her that way. So getting a mentor, you might now say, okay, let my mentor come from the church. And you look at your pastor to be your mentor. Believe you me, might not be that one that should be your mentor. It might be another pastor in another church.
So how do you know which one exactly it is?
Now, first of all, you just have to, one, ask God. I believe whatever we do, there is a creator.
Yeah.
So ask God, I need this. Help me to see this or know this when I see it. You know what? He will order your steps. And when you see everything you're looking for instance, you have to know yourself. If you don't know yourself, you can't get what you're looking for. If I know myself, okay, I know I am lazy. I know I'm not lazy. I'm just giving an instance.
I'm shy.
I know I'm shy. So everything you want, before you make a choice, you have to come to that third stage of personal assessment of who you are.
Okay.
Whether marital choices or whether mental, any choice you want to make, understand who you are first. When you understand who you are, you will now know exactly what you want. Because sometimes what you want may not be what you need.
Yeah, true.
You understand?
Yeah.
It may not be what you need, because so many times you might want, let's say, okay, I want this guy because probably, let's say, you love going out, and now say, okay, I want this guy that will be taking me out. And it might not be what you need though, because you're already outgoing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when that guy will come, hi, but you now realize that the one that will come will be the one that will make your head correct.
Yeah.
And that's what you need.
That's
So
what you
come
need.
to the place of self understanding of who you are. If you know your weaknesses, that will help you find the right mentor. And be truthful to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. At least you can lie to every other person but not yourself. Then you know you need help in this area. Do you know what? When you see the person that has what you don't have, do you understand? You would actually yearn to have that. So you will see that hunger or yearning. That's how you begin to see the pointer. This person could help me.
Oh, wow.
So what do you do then? You approach the person. I want to be
Sure.
a mentor. I want to.
Let me
I want
tell
to
you.
be my
Okay, let me
mentor.
tell you. Like
How do you do
3 or 4 days ago, you know, I am actually quite busy. So there were so many things on my table. So like I almost broke down with tears. How do I? The
Handle
family,
everything.
this one. Huh? You know what? And there was a deadline. I was supposed to submit something on the relationship. So the mommy now called me. You know, she's equally a busy person. So now you know the kind of person you're forming, or God is forming you into. You look at those women, how did they do it? For me, so when she now said, it's like, I need to mentor you.
Really?
Yes.
She told you
She
that?
told me, I'll show you the chat. She was like, it's like, I need to mentor you. Seriously? I told her, how did you know? I told her, I don't know how you get all these things done and you still keep saying, that's the area I need mentorship now. Like, how did you get to do all these things? Busy as you could be and still keep saying. Do you get what I mean? The family, this one, everything having the same attention at the same time. And you still keep saying as a woman.
Wow.
And you still try to live the life God has called you to live. A life of purpose. I don't know if you understand. So she now said, I'll mentor you. Now, you know what you're going to do? Don't do that normal daily what to do.
Oh, really?
Get a journal app.
Really?
She said get a journal app. Check through the night before. I don't know if you get what I mean. I know she's very, very busy. So if you are me, I started listening to her. I said, okay, thank you very much. She said it's very easy to do. That's a mentor.
Whoa.
I don't know if you understand.
Yes.
Now made that thing that looked so complex
Yes.
simple. So she understands. So a mentor should be someone that understands. Understands. Even before you finish talking, the person already understands what you're going through, what you're saying. So the youth, when you understand, but it's just that people, and most youths these days, we are so yucky, we don't really get to settle down, to understand, have that me time. That me time, we always want to go in a clique.
Yeah.
But if you get to have a me time, you sit down and say, okay, my weakness is this one, my strength is this one. Okay, let me build on my strengths. Okay, my weakness is okay. How do I handle these weaknesses? That's how you begin to look for mentor. And you now know what will happen. Because you want to get better. Because you want to get better. Things will fall in place. If you're not sentimental, well, what do I mean by being sentimental? If you don't have like, this is my no-go area. When you're desiring something, sometimes it comes in a disguise. So,
Whoa, okay.
it comes in a disguise. So, this is my no-go area. So remove that, anything you've put as a hitch first.
Yeah.
And be open-minded, because that mentor can come from anywhere. It could be just because we're gisting now and you realize that there is so much in this person that I can learn from.
Okay.
And that thing you're looking to get, just be next.
Oh, there's this method of men update that we see predominantly with the Igbos in Nigeria. You see the apprentices shops selling all sorts of things, whatever they are so-called ogas, their mentors are selling, and in the process they are learning a lot. But this takes time. Sometimes you see some apprentices, it's taking them like 3-4 years on the job, or even more, before they eventually get set up by their ogas, because of how stressful and how much time it consumes. You see, many people try kind of avoid it, especially the youth. Do you think these youth are really ready for this kind of mentorship?
Is apprenticeship really mentorship?
Well, the method, they are learning.
No, I understand that business-wise,
yeah.
You know, if you meet the sincere person, you know, there is this same. I heard the story of one man that equally had that mentorship, that apprenticeship stuff. After working for him, that year you will leave. He will just like lie against you. Do you understand? Or do something, or some would still set you free, but you will not be free. So to some point, is getting the right people like that would help you. Somebody that has a good mind for you, that would really genuinely want you to progress. Do you understand? In that kind of setting, you have so many good, bad, and ugly in it. when you have the bad ones, you actually have the good ones that will tell you just have 1 year here. And in this 1 year, you must achieve this.
You know, the sole purpose when they started this thing was actually to groom young people to
Yes.
be good at this kind of business. And so young people, they don't know what to look out for. They just see somebody like a savior coming to rescue them from their villages and take them to town to make it. And so you see them, not just the mentors now, even the people who has been, the person who has been
mentoring
now,
the mentee or
the
the
mentee
mentor,
now can actually go and still
you see,
what is that? And just start their own life somewhere else.
They don't even have that patience to learn. And that's even most times when they get the good ones. You now have the youths that wouldn't have that patience to learn from that person. But you still have those good ones that will tell you just have 1 year to spend here. In this 1 year, you have to achieve this. The person will give you the goal. That's the mentorship now. You can be an apprentice like a servant. It's like a servant. Apprentice is like a servant team. Mentorship is like the boss is involved. The boss is involved, trying to get out the best. That's the notion.
Yes.
Best out of the person. Do you get? But that apprenticeship is okay. You're going to serve me for 3 years. At the end of 3 years, I'll give you this one. So you learn on your own. You learn on your own. You do the sales on your own. You see, they're not really the same.
Yeah. Well, it's
but
a system that
system
can be used to achieve.
Ideally, those were years back. Okay.
And
it has been bastardized, actually. It has been bastardized because these days when you tell people to go and learn work, what do they learn? They will come there 6 months, they will just leave you and go.
But when you go there, they will tell you, go and buy more, go and buy this one.
You understand?
You're trying
but
to
you know, truly,
something else.
But you have genuine ones.
If you even look at it generally, the truth is being in that business environment, somehow, consciously or unconsciously, you are learning a lot. And
correct.
The whole business thing, it just feels, inbuilt. You just find out that you grow and you learn that somehow this is how to go about it. Somehow, even if your boss isn't, the bastardized ones
that's the truth.
aren't telling you how they go about the business. Somehow being there with the hunger, you learn where they get stuff, how to go about different things, how to generate.
You know what? That is the person that came to get mentored with purpose. That is coming to serve with purpose. Do you understand? Something that took her 3 years may not take me that 3 years though. In the same environment, and that might be better off. Knowing what you see, people coming, they forget their purpose. They might come there and start gossiping. Do you understand? Yeah. But you have someone with a target. Okay, they said it's 3 years. Okay, let me give you an instance. While I was waiting for, I think, sometime 2002 or 2000 or 2001 or so, while I did the WAEC and everything, so we're waiting. So we had a long strike. Strike then. Waiting for admission. You had strike then. What did I do? I loved catering, all those catering things. I said, let me just go and do it. So I went to register in a catering school. Guess what? When I came there, they said it would take me 3 years. I told them no, I want a diploma course. They said no, diploma will take me 1 year. I said I want to do it in 6 months. Wow. I said, they said that they've never seen anybody saying she or he wants to do something in 6 months. And what? Okay, go ahead. What did I do? I crashed the courses. I crashed the courses, crashed the practical classes, still paid for an extra practical classes. So it's the hunger, it's the drive, it's the sense of purpose that makes you learn. The person can be 3 years, they're still not learning nothing. So it's you see why I said sorry, it's our responsibility. So youth should be guided, to learn how to be responsible. How do you learn how to be responsible? Your ability to do those little things from the cradle, taking care of yourself and others. When you tell a child, go and keep the plate, what are you doing? Teaching the child to be responsible. Yeah. But people don't see it. They don't understand it. They don't see it they see it in a bigger scale. Yeah. But you're getting the child to be what? Responsible, because it's a sense. Responsibility is a sense. Knowing what to do.
So it's right to say family is the first point of call.
Beautiful.
It's the first point of call for mentorship.
Beautiful. Like beautiful. And that's why you see any child that turns out well, go and check the family.
Yeah, true.
Any child that becomes successful, didn't drop out from school, like didn't get involved in so many things, go and check the family. That family must have one disciplinarian somewhere.
Okay, we have some people who have said that they didn't get mentorship from just one person, like a group of people.
Yeah.
So tell us about other means of mentoring young people.
You have group mentorship. You could even have online mentorship. Oh, yeah.
But you said the person has to be physically present.
No, I wasn't particular with physical presence. To be in touch. Some people, the mentor does not know you.
Exactly.
If they call your name, if they call your name, the person has big dreams.
So that's my
role model.
The role model.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you. The person does not know you.
Yeah.
If they call your name, no. But I could say, okay, I want to have this person as a mentor. You know, so many of those top people, they have mentorship classes online, and they know you. You could have that group mentorship. They know your name. They know this one. That's a way to mentor. That's still a way you keep in touch. Always keeping in touch with the person. Okay, you're given tasks to do. You finish the tasks, you get back. Having a feedback. So mentorship is more like integrating, your whole being, your whole life, like having someone guiding you through it all. Till you come to that point where you can duplicate that same thing for another person. Somebody holding your hands through it all. So you can't just be moving vague and be successful. No. At every step of your life, you need someone that would hold your hands.
True.
Yes. Whether it's spiritually, okay. Now see this one. Financially, okay. No. Like, okay, this is that. When you're getting to maybe financial principles, how to save, how not to save, you're being extravagant. And someone that will tell you the truth and you're willing to accept the truth in all amounts of wholeness. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's a mentor. A mentor in the sense, it's not just what we think, what we feel, is beyond that. You are accountable to that person, and the person is like, okay, what have you done? What haven't you done? Let me have your results. Till the person sees the best in you. You're always accountable to that person. You're always accountable every given time too.
Having an accountability partner in your friend, is that mentorship also?
No.
So there's no friendship.
That one. I don't know now.
No, that one should count now.
Accountability. That one could be personal development. I want to learn how to be accountable. Maybe your mentor has taught you how to be accountable, and somehow you don't want to show him that you want to learn. So okay, see, there is this class I'm going through with my mentor, and he said I should learn how to be accountable. See the steps, see the activities he said I should do to learn how to be accountable. Yeah, Mama, please can you just if I don't call you by 3 o'clock, just call me.
Okay.
You understand? If I don't call you by this time, or if I don't hold me accountable, if I don't do then by 3, what are you still doing? You didn't do this thing you said you were going to do again. She will now be on your case. Before you know what's happening, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you wouldn't want to hear her saying that to you over and over again. And by the time you train yourself on that area, you could still get back to your mentor. How far have you gone? Okay, I think I'm fine.
So are you saying my friend can't be my mentor?
Not mentor. You could learn from her.
We could be now, because sometimes
you could learn from her.
From a friend,
you could learn from her.
Might have experienced something.
Yeah,
and
that
then,
you want to and be in one position you want to be as well.
Good. You could learn from her. Okay. You could learn from her.
But
then if she has gotten to that point, you think she can pull you through, then she's your mentor. If you're sure she has gotten to that point that she can pull you through, she's your mentor. So she will hold you to it.
At that point, the thought of a friend having bad influence on you also comes to play, right?
That was why I said value. You have to choose a mentor with a good value. Okay, you see, that's why most times mentors could be way older than you are.
Yes.
Way older than you are. They must have made their mistakes, errors, and all of that. So you want, I said, don't take that part. Don't do this thing.
Been
Don't
there,
do
done
it.
that.
I've been there. Don't do it. It won't pay you. Do you get? But your friend actually, you're almost at the same level. You're almost at the same card and not seeing.
You know,
What will you
some people
have?
choose friends that are way up there, and some just below them, and some the same level.
That's friends.
Okay.
That's what I told you.
Yeah,
Like
that's your opinion.
you know, that's I was telling you about the women I used to go to those days.
Yeah.
There was this particular woman, before I got married, she just said to me, she said something to me, she said, whatever you want in your marriage, sow it. Like if you want happiness, be happy and be cultivating everything that will make you happy. With time, it will pay you off.
So it's something you do consciously. Even the one of
You
like
do
happiness in your
consciously.
home, you have to be conscious.
That is it. If you want to be hearing I'm sorry, keep saying I'm sorry. You keep saying I'm sorry. Before you know, even if the person doesn't know how to say I'm sorry,
He'll say,
by default mechanism. So that was what she taught me. And it was because of the years of staying close to her. You understand? It was years of staying close to her because I usually admire, I didn't believe then that I could learn from people smaller than me. True. Or my age mates. I feel we're having the same challenge. So I usually look up for those people that are really way older, God-fearing. That's key. Because if not, you could still get another perspective to life. So way older, God-fearing, and okay, this is how it works for me. And so many years in marriage. They will actually tell you what will enter your ears. It's not, even my great-grandmom, she was alive when I got married. So you know what she told me? Just use God and do your pillow. That was the only thing she could say to me. Now, would you now start saying, can your friend tell you that? Let's say your friend. Of course, if she says that, do you know what you value? Would you value if your friend says that to you, and if someone way older says that to you, which would you pick and value?
the way older persons, because I feel
Why?
the person is more experienced
Thank you.
and has seen life
Thank you.
and been everywhere.
Thank you.
Well, you know, the world has changed. So a lot of you argue that the times of our grandmothers and grandfathers have passed, things have changed. This is the computer age.
Yeah,
And
there you
so
come.
they have to, look for somebody that can match up
My
with
dad
what the
said
society
something to me
expects.
once. My dad said something to me once. He said, yes, I know we're analog. But you see this digital is an offshoot of analog. So for this digital to last and be valued, and then people in the digital being relevant, they must have a touch of analog for it to be balanced. That day he said it, I didn't sleep.
Why?
You have said it all.
I didn't sleep.
Oh.
I didn't sleep. Sincerely speaking, I had to dissect the information in front of me. Yes, I know we are analog. Because that day I said that people are analog. And I said, yes, I know. But you see, you need their wisdom. Digital sprang up from analog, and that's the foundation of digital. So for digital to make wave and stand out in life, you must have a touch of analog. If you don't have that touch of analog, you float, because analog is the foundation.
Okay, sending your comments on our Facebook page on Click Naija. All of your comments about who your mentor is and why you chose that person to be your mentor. We want to hear it, and of course share here. And on Twitter is at Click Naija1, and on Instagram you can send in your comments also on Click Naija, and we get to share who is your mentor and why.
I was just about to ask you, who is your mentor? You have what?
I have so many.
Yes,
Based on
yes,
what
very
the way she has
possible.
defined it now, I have so many for different aspects
Yes,
of my
of
life.
your life.
Good.
Of my life, a spiritual mentor,
Yeah.
marital mentor.
Yeah.
I have friends.
Business.
Business mentor.
Business.
What?
Yeah.
My career wise.
Emotional.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Oh yeah, career wise.
So I don't just have one.
Different aspects of your life, you should have a mentor.
Matter of fact, today now I've learned that some people who I didn't specifically group as mentors in my life are actually mentoring me in different aspects
of life.
Especially at work. I have a mentor. She knows herself. Wow. She has shown me a lot of things. I've learned a lot of things from her.
That's it.
And other aspects as well.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So there are some Nigerian youths that have seen role models in celebrities, and they mention that they are the mentors. They want to be like this person. But your definition of role model and mentorship has already said it all.
Yeah.
So for those who are mercenaries,
Titans,
Malians, in all of this, you see it happening in our society. What's your take on this issue?
Well,
People looking up to celebrities to be like them.
I would say that different strokes for different folks.
Yeah.
One. Then two, if you tell me what I think about it, on a personal note, my value system is different from that. Do you understand? So I can't have someone around me making those Bob Marleys, and you say you're looking at the Malians. Are you a Malian? No. My value system: have a clean haircut, look nice, handsome. Okay, you look responsible. That's my own definition of looking, not being responsible, but looking responsible. Okay, so I think it's more or less different strokes for different folks. But you have someone you're looking up to as a role model, go and check all those things very well. You understand? I want to be like this person. If they tell you what the person is passing through, it's not, don't just copy the hairstyle, because you definitely copy all those things that the person that is wrong with the person too. Oh no, yeah, that's the truth. Because you hear them say, I want to be like.
You don't know how the person.
You don't even know what they do at night. You don't even know how they cry in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
You don't know. And you don't even know that your own life is way better off than the person you want to be like. You don't get. Yes. Because sometimes you might even have that peace. You might have a whole lot in your destiny, but because you're just confused, it's just the truth is that a lot of Nigerian youths are confused. They just don't know their left from their right because they lack mentorship, they lack guidance, the family is suffering because the family don't teach the right things anymore. You understand? Because the family don't teach, the society begins to define these things for you, and you begin to buy those things. I didn't say it's bad, neither did I say it's good. I'm just coming from my own definition of looking responsible.
Yeah.
So if you say this is my my role model, okay, make sure you would accept everything about that person with time.
See people doing giveaways on their pages on social media, and because of the extravagant wealth they tend to flaunt on social media, they just want to be like this, so they're always there. Like everything about, if you mention the person, they give you details of their family, in fact where the person is now. They have all those informations, and you just wonder why will some Nigerians just look up to people with questionable means of
the problem is coming from the family.
Boys down to family still.
So that's the
problem
foundation,
is
like
coming from the family. If you have a mother that when you talk those rubbish, she will slap your mouth. Will you do that tomorrow?
No.
I don't know if you get. If you have another mom that does not care, okay, do is your life. Of course. So the problem is coming from the family. A lot of parents are very busy to pay attention, towards the things happening around them, getting to know their kids and all of that. And so the values they learn is online. And you don't blame them, because the mind of a child is like a cake batter. It's like a cake batter. So the container you pour the batter and bake, it assumes that shape.
True.
Yeah.
So that means they are receptive to anything or everything. So if you don't shape them, they will take the shape that they are seeing.
Sure.
If you pour the batter on the ground, it might still put it inside an oven like that. It will still scatter and still bake. But it's not shaped. You get. So I think it's the family, it's the parenting that has the crux of the issue there. That's why they're looking up to people. Do you know, when you have people with good parents, they will not look up to people like they will not look up to other people. They will start looking up to their parents. Because the number one person a child sees as a role model, if you're a good parent, that child starts seeing you as a role model. I give you an instance. Growing up, I said, I want to marry a man like my dad. Why? Why? Because he modeled so that if something happens to me and happens to my mom, he will leave you. Run to my mom.
Wow.
His wife first.
Wow.
You get,
Yeah.
as old as we were then, he will just leave you. Run to the wife first. I mean, but when you don't really have it, everybody mustn't, be that lucky.
Yeah.
You understand? That's why I still say it boils down to parenting. But what you don't have, but you can acquire.
Exactly.
That's what I keep telling people. When you say, okay, it's because, but you can acquire it. Okay, even if your father or your mom was bad, decide to be that change, that leader you want to be, what you want to see in your father or in your mother. By so doing, you're now paying the price for the upcoming ones.
Thank you so much. It does make sense. A lot of sense. You have spoken so well, and we are so appreciative of you this morning on Click Naija. Thank you. Her name is Lovelyn Obi. She is a consultant pharmacist. And when I say a marriage counselor, youth counselor,
mentorship counselor, leadership,
you must be a
role
mentor.
model
You have to do your
counselor.
grooming. I have to ask you that. Yeah, you have.
Great.
Okay. Thank you so
Okay,
much
it's
for
been
coming.
so good having you. Lovely.
Thank you.
We'd
So
love
good
to
to
have
see
you
you
again.
Okay, no problem.
We'll definitely have you. My name is Sylvia Ishewe. Thank you for joining us, for listening in at www.clicknaija.net, and of course following our pages: Instagram Click Naija, Twitter Click Naija 1, and on Facebook Click Naija. Thank you for the comments also. Keep them coming and tell us why you chose your mentor. Who is your mentor and why do you choose them? Let us read up and learn from you.
It is indeed very important that you have a mentor, because everybody wants to be somewhere someday.
Yeah,
Successful, positively.
Positively.
All right, it's been so good having you. We'll be right here tomorrow, back on Youth Assembly, right here on Click Naija.
But the conversation continues. Listen up on www.clicknaija.net as we continue with Click Naija playlist and of course so much more on the bells. We're here till 3 p.m. West Africa.